Hey everybody, it's Jochen Hayden, and I'm back with the Desert Wolf versus Wirraway Ace War in the Pacific campaign. This is Scenario 1 with stacking limits, and today we'll be watching the 10th of December 1942. Wonder what that was merging out there. Well, take a look at that. Just unloading supplies. Don't mind me, I'm eating a Pop-Tart right now. Chocolate fudge. Okay, so there's no naval movement right now, so we're going right into air phase. Okay, there is naval movement, but there's no naval combat. Send main body. What does that even mean? What's the significance of that radio call? Wow. Look at that sweep. 62. That's like 2 squadrons. Why? I don't know. That's a lot of sweeps over that base. I hope he's leaving Cap and Siam. Remember when the B-24s came in and bombed it? If he's sending so many aircraft on sweeps, I hope he's left a bunch left on Cap. Oh, Sonya's. Yay. Well, what do you know? They don't kill anything. This thing's garbage. Oy. There's that spotter plane over Derby again. Alright. We got bombers going into Nauru, and this is perfectly expected and what we kind of want to see right now. Get some okay numbers out of that. So most of the units are being touched. The accuracy would be better if it wasn't for this heavy rain. Guards Mixed Brigade. That's probably the single largest unit on the island still. Well, that was a anemic air phase, AM air phase. I've seen normally these things go on forever. We'll see what happens in the PM phase now. It does appear that there's a lot of weather issues. Ooh, Rabal air mission. I should write that down to look into that. I'm writing that down right now. Alright, so we got some Bettys coming in from deep down. Deep down somewhere. Don't do much. I don't know why he's using Bettys in China. That to me seems like the job of a Sally or something else. The Nels and the Bettys, I would think, should be employed where their torpedo carrying capability could be utilized. That's just me. I wouldn't want to use them like this now. What? Ooh. What is that? You guys see all that out there? There's a lot of ships over there. Oh, okay. So we got B-24s doing. Oh, nice. Look at that. I think we found a bunch of subs. We found a bunch of these midget subs. Look at that. B-24 is coming in from deep south, and we found a bunch of Japanese midget subs. Quite honestly, I can't say that I'm sad about this at all, because I found those midget subs to be incredibly annoying, as I'm sure the Allies do too. So the more of these things we can destroy, so I don't have to watch them get attacked 500,000 times by ASW patrols, the better. Yeah, their midget subs are toast. Let's go ahead and find out how bad it gets. Oh, I don't have to. 3 midget subs were sunk in port. I wrote any more, and I'm fine with that. Good riddance, for everybody's sake. I'm gonna look up Derby too, because I've been seeing recon at Derby every single day. What the heck is that Derby? Alright, so air phase was done. Pretty quiet overall. Nice to see some midget subs destroyed. I don't like those anyway. So now we're gonna transition into air. Go. Okay, oh no, we're gonna. Whoa! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wirraway's bringing in some big guns here. The Hyuga's got 12 14-inch guns in twin turrets. Very similar. At Issei, it's the same class of ship. Issei and the Hyuga are the same class, and they're similar, but not entirely identical to the Fusos. And the Fusos have, obviously, you got Fuso and Yamashiro, similar looking ships. Yeah, so apparently, Wirraway's not playing with this place anymore. He's had enough of it. So let's see what happens here with this bombardment. Ready? Let's go. Oh, look at that. Whoa! Hyuga, Issei, Yamashiro, Mutsu, and Nagato. These are 16-inch armed gun ships here. You know what I'm not seeing here is any spotter planes being used. I'm not sure if that's just an oversight or something else, but there's no spotter planes up. And I'm wondering if that affected this accuracy, because this, I would have expected more casualties than this. It's still good, but I think it could have been better. These are big guns here. Japanese ships bombarding. Oh, really? Man, what is going on here? Huh. I didn't see this coming. So what is this? It's a Japanese counterattack on K. Ooh, Abukuma better be very careful because there's some big guns on K. Those Marine Defense Battalions have, I believe they have 5-inch coastal guns. Or 8-inch guns too, and you don't want to get hit by those. See? 155 millimeter, that's an 8-inch gun. Anyway, let's see how this turns out. Okay, really nothing came of this. We do have a spotter plane up this time around. And quite honestly, these guys aren't packing enough firepower to really do much anyway. So I'm curious what the point of this was, other than to be disruptive. But it's definitely signaling that the Japanese are coming back and they're bringing some sort of heat out there. This could be the Kido Butai coming in. And he may be using them as cover for like a landing. I don't even know. We'll have to see. Okay, Japanese deliberate attack in the same spot I believe as the last turn or two ago. Just south of Kunchang. He's really looking to push these guys out now. Let's watch these numbers and see how it turns out. The Japanese have been losing a lot of troops doing this. Let's see. Ready? Oh. Alright, so they come in with 1175 to 536. Adjusted 762 to 571. Let's look at the casualties here. You ready? Okay. I just can't believe that the Japanese are having this much trouble breaking through here with this. I mean, it just goes to show you how crucial terrain is. Look at this. Multiple tank regiments, heavy gun, artillery regiments, you name it. He's got some really good units up here. Some of the best that I've seen as far as capability, right? He's using all these and bombing. And the Chinese have these crappy units here. And despite it, they're able to inflict almost 1-to-1 casualties and they're holding. Wow. I would have expected the Japanese to steamroll over something like this, but they're just not. Very few destroyed squads, which means these disabled units can eventually regenerate. I would have expected better. Okay, bombardment attack in Chengte. Doesn't really give us much. These Japanese bombardments are automatic, I guess. You can't really stop them if you're defending on an island like this. Allied bombardment attack on K. That doesn't really accomplish a whole lot there. I swear, that's new. That's new. 54th Division? He's flying reinforcements in here. This is, I postulated that he was, but this is basically proof now. I did not see the 54th Division here before. Now it's here. He's bringing in troops. But he's looking to make a stand here, guys. That's what this is. These units here, basically, the way I'm seeing it is anything that has like a dash on there, a backslash. These are units that are being flown in, probably by air transport, to bolster the defense of the island. And the arrival of a Japanese infantry division is a big deal. That's something new. Okay, Allied bombardment attack with Nauru. These guys are really close to parity still. Well, what do I make of this? It it looks to me that the Japanese are looking to make a stand at a fight on K. I don't really know the significance of it, like why there. Other than I'll have to check and see, maybe that puts truck within bombing range. I'll take a look at that, but still. And there's a lot of ships coming in behind it too. We'll have to get a look at what exactly that is coming in, if we can really tell. Let's check for new arrivals. Okay, that's a sub at Balboa. More units coming in Townsville. ZP-31 Santa Ana. I think that's like a ZP-31. I'm pretty sure it's like a hot air balloon. All right. Wow, I want to see what those Japanese units are. Let's take a look. Well, I called it, guys. Look at this. The Kido Butai has arrived. Almost perfectly on the timetable that I established for their arrival. So we'll look at that a little bit later, what that means. But let's continue on with the intel brief. So aircraft losses today. 7 for the Japanese. None for the Allies. And you notice there's a lot of Japanese transport planes here, right? Mavis, Tina, Topsies. These are all transport aircraft. I'm going to show you what I think is going on with that in just a little bit. Army lost points for this turn. 8 for the Allies, 4 for the Japanese. Ship sunk. 3 midget subs that we saw sunk at Roynamur during the port strike by the B-24s. I believe that. I don't believe this one. I-123. That was over here, right? And we still see a sub spotted here. So I don't believe that sub actually sank. I think it's a bad report. It's the second time we've seen a sub reported as sunk when the sub's icon is on the same spot where it allegedly sank. So I call that suspect information. Looking at the political points, Desert Wolf gained an additional 50 points. Maybe he's saving up for something big here. And for the turn, the Allies gained 19 points to bring the win ratio down for the Japanese to 1.604. Okay, let's go through our combat reporter data and see what's happening around the map. So, no sea engagements this turn. We had a bombardment at Kusaie Island by the Japanese with some big ships here. What I thought was a little surprising here was the lack of spotter planes being used. I think that would cut down on the accuracy and maybe make these numbers worse than what they are. Quickly, we'll take a look at the old Koko. The Japanese definitely want this place, you know. These are the ground units that are hit here, and you can see some of them are pretty heavily disrupted, right? So if he was going to follow up with an invasion force, at least some of these guys would be hurt. The one you really need to hurt, though, would be the 17th Indian Division, right? It's the most solvent of the three and definitely the most capable. Let's see, if you were to rebuild that, you're looking at 346 assault value with great morale, okay experience, fully prepared, sitting behind size 6 forts. You know what? Somebody go tell Wirraway that don't attack this place. I don't think he could ever take it. I don't think he could ever get enough troops on the island to have any chance of taking this garrison out. But he can harass it and beat it up a bit. But yeah, size 6 forts with that much AV. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go there. Okay, so we also had the at K Island, right? We also had some light cruiser going in and bombarding. Didn't really do much. This one actually had a spotter plane up and about. Ground stuff today, we had some bombardments, right? Nothing really noteworthy with those. A Japanese deliberate attack in China, which did not go particularly well for the... Well, I don't know. We'll call it a wash, but I feel like he's not really getting the attrition that he needs to take that place. Maybe by disabling these squads, he's going to get something done. We'll take a quick look at that right now. So their supplies are bad. The disruptions, okay. Let's take a look at the health of some of these units. So, see, they do have a lot of squads still operational. Even these units here, I mean, they've got a lot of disabled squads, but they have a lot of squads that are not disabled. So, I think it's a really slow grind here. I don't know how long it's going to take them to fully reduce these units because they have a lot of squads that are still up and running here. We also saw a bombardment attack over here near Changte. Again, if you take a look at these numbers, this actually went up from last turn. So it's not all of his operations here are not having the desired effect. Assuming the desired effect is to reduce this force and to take this hex, we're actually gaining back strength and not losing it. Disruption is getting lower. Supplies are getting better. It's just not going to happen here. I don't see how the Japanese can ever break through with the stacking limits. I don't want to talk about amphibious stuff. Let's look at some air activity. Roy Namur, we had the B-24 attack on the port there and sunk 3 midget subs. And quite honestly, I'm not sad to see that because those things are so annoying. They're just annoying. So sink them all. That's fine. Multiple bombing attacks on Nauru. You can see the damage here was mild to not mild to maybe a little bit moderate. Bunch of attacks at the hex that he attacked here. And really nothing else. It was kind of a quiet day in China as far as bombing goes. And then, of course, at Nauru, we had a small attack here, too. Taking a look at the SIGINT. Radio transmissions. Nothing particularly noteworthy except for Paramashiro Ojima is still got something going on here, man. I wish I could see what he had here. I know he's got at least a division and some other stuff, but man, I've been seeing this repeatedly mentioned. I wish I knew what all Wirraway had going on there. Located. Let's see if there's anything on here. Possibly something that I haven't seen before. Ailing Lap Lap. That's over here in the Marshalls. It is a dot base, but now we see that there's some sort of construction units here, and I'm a little curious as to why. Why is I'm guessing that they've been here the whole time because there's no way to land them here with aircraft. They have to have a runway, right? And there's not parachute units. But why is he building this base, this dot base up now? Why do you even need it? I don't know what it could possibly do that these other ones that are already built up can't do. So, I don't know what that's about. And then we know that 12th Division is planning for an attack on Chongqing. Okay, great. Good luck getting there. Op support. Let's hit up the arrivals real quick. A couple things I want to look at was this bombing group in Townsville. Let's see what that is. Okay. I don't really know what that's about. I don't know. Well, I wonder where's the rest of these guys? Tabatoué and Luganville. I wonder if he's moving stuff here to bomb up here. I don't know. Oh, ZP-31 at Santa Ana. I want to see this. Santa Ana. So ZP-31 is one of these hot air balloons. What do you call them? Dirigibles? Airships. These are pretty decent for like doing local spotting and stuff, but I'm curious how you actually get these. I guess you could transfer them to a ship or something, right? I don't know how you actually transport these things because they don't really have enough range to get across the ocean. So I guess you pack them on ships, but like, how would you do that in real life? Do you just deflate them and fold them up and put them in a boat? I don't know. Nothing else really important here. Let's look at intel. And Denny, airfield size 2, and that's over here. So we're already at a size 2 airfield here. On our way to a size 5. We've got a bunch of transport aircraft set up here to transport supplies and additional support units into this place to build it up faster. And then I went through all the rest of these tabs and I didn't really see anything important except for the fact that we see that those R4Ds at Ndeni, right, they were actually transporting in the 2nd U.S. Fighter Command, and it looks like it's all here now. And this will give you 54 aviation support to continue basing aircraft here, right? He now has 85 aviation support, so enough for a couple of maybe fighter squadrons to come in and provide some air cover here. So, and then he's coming along well. So that's really it for combat reporter stuff this turn. There was surprisingly little of interest in there, so let's just talk about the turn right now. In China, again, very stalematey. We do see that Wirraway is making a concerted effort to break through here, and he's just very slowly getting through. He's chipping away at this, but it's still going to take a while. I would say he is making some progress here, though. He is making no progress here, and we still don't know what he's trying to do here. And these guys are building up forts every turn, so I don't know what his plan is in this part. In Burma, it's been extremely quiet. Very few bombing raids, no allied attacks here. What I think has happened is that Desert Wolf has come to a realization that he's not getting anywhere with his bombers right now. They're not breaking through. So bombing this hex is just kind of wasting time. So what I would like to see him do is take these aircraft once they're, see the squadrons are building back up here. They're in training mode to get them back up to snuff. I would like to see him start targeting some of these bases, perhaps. Just level the bases. We know that that's effective. It ties up the Japanese engineers. It burns supply. I would love to see him start targeting Rangoon and just level the place. Level every base and make it uninhabitable for any aircraft. And it's going to be very hard for Wirraway to predict where he's going, because he could hit Tongyi, Chiang Mai, Rangoon, Tonggu. He could hit any of these bases, so the chances of him getting caught up in a cap trap are low, I would say. So let's see what Desert Wolf plans to do, but if I were him, I would start looking at just attacking bases until a better option on the ground presents itself for him to do something. Because breaking through here it appears to me to be as unsuccessful as Wirraway trying to break through here. It's just kind of hitting a brick wall. And Desert Wolf is smart enough to know when something's not working, right? I think he gave it a good effort. It's not working. He's going to try another thing. We'll see, though. I may be wrong, and he's just going to keep doing it. All right, we'll take a peek over here in the Coral Sea. So right now it looks like Desert Wolf is just resting his troops, trying to get the disruption and fatigue levels back down to continue the attack on these Japanese troops that are hide out in the hills, because they're really not combat effective anymore. So all he can do is just chip away at them, but I'm sure he's waiting for his fatigue and disruption levels to continue coming down to keep hammering away at those Japanese troops, because they're going to hang on for a while. And the stronger his troops are, the weaker these ones will get, because they have no hope of supply. So we'll see what happens with that. I think he will eventually get these done. I gave it maybe 5 turns to get these Japanese troops out of here. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. I said that 3 times. Let's talk about the big story for this turn. The arrival of the Kido Butai, and looks like mini KB is here as well. So I did predict that they would be here in about 10 turns or so from when I first initially made that prediction, and almost exactly they have shown up. So it makes me feel good that I was able to determine, what the heck Wirraway might be up to. So his carriers are now here, and that means they have complete aerial supremacy over this whole area. And with that, these guys are definitely on their own now. They're in a good shape though, right? Their disruption levels are good, lots of supply. They're doing fine, being isolated for a while. But there's something that I noticed a couple turns ago, but I didn't say anything because I wasn't really sure what I was looking at. But now that I've had a chance to really look at it, I can speak to this. I'm going to bring up the combat reporter again, and I want to bring your attention to some of these air attacks, right? Was it here? Maybe a ground attack. Let me see. Okay, let's look at K Island, right? Do you guys see something here? Are you seeing all these hash marks? These hash ones and everything? Wirraway is bringing in more troops. He's using his aircraft to fly more units into this base. So he's not trying to give this place up. He wants to make a stand here. The Kido Butai is here now in support of K Island. We know he's transporting units in here. And something else I want to bring to your attention that I noticed was that he's bringing in these RF gun battalions. These are anti-tank guns. These are either 37 or 45 millimeter tank anti-tank guns. And if they're 45 millimeter guns, that's more than sufficient to take out these allied tanks. Because all you got are M3 Stuarts, right? Let's look at the armor rating of an M3 Stuart. Let's see, where's it at? Nope, that's not what I want. I want M3 Stuart. Let's see. Vehicles. All right. M3 Stuart light tank has an armor rating of 45. And let's look at a Japanese weapon here, 45 millimeter gun. I think I can see one in here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be this guy here, 45 millimeter AT gun, right? And that has enough anti-armor capability to get through these tanks. So here's what's happening. Wirraway is flying in anti-tank weapons to K Island, and he's planning on making a stand here. He's brought the Kido Butai in here to cover this and to prevent the allies from taking this island. Now, up to this point, the allies have been doing excellent treating and killing Japanese troops here. But now that they've got anti-tank weapons, that could change the calculus. Now, also, these guys are running out of... They're going to run out of supplies at some point, and there's no way to get more in as long as these guys are here. It's going to take a major, major operation from the allies to get the KB to move away. All right? And as you can see for now, everything's pulling back. Everything's pushed away. There's nothing else to lose in this area but small stuff in this area. And we do know that the allied carriers are here. Ah, do you see this? So it appears to me that Desert Wolf is moving to bring his carriers together here at Suva. And I would not be surprised if he combines these forces and maybe thinks to come back up this way and do something about this. So I don't know if it would go great, but I do believe at this point in the war, the Allied pilots and the fact that we have nothing but F4Fs and SPDs and stuff like that have enough capability to at least hurt the Kido Butai pretty bad. Maybe even sink a couple. And I'm not saying it wouldn't be without loss. We could lose some carriers too. But we can much better absorb those losses in the Japanese. And Wirraway being as cautious as he is, I'm not convinced that he would take that fight. Because there's no really replacing the 6 big boys in the KB right now. You don't get anything like that. Shinano, don't even count that thing. It's not worth it. So if Desert Wolf decides he wants to come up this way and maybe challenge the Kido Butai, he could call Wirraway's bluff and drive him off. So that's just me thinking outside the box. I could be misreading the situation, but it's possible given that we see that the Allied carriers are moving to combine. They'll probably come up here, top off fuel, patch up some system damage if they can, right? And then head possibly back this way to do something about this. Again, this is only going to be the 11th of December going into the next combat replay we watch. So I will continue to watch the carrier locations very closely for the Allies. And if we see them moving back towards the north, I think that's a big indication that Desert Wolf might be wanting to go, and challenge the Kido Butai. So let's wait and see. I'm going to end this video now because I want to let us all stew on that idea for a little bit. Tell me in the comments what you think. Do you think Desert Wolf is going to play it safe and just stay out of here and wait for these guys to run out of fuel? Or is he going to actually try to take the fight to the Kido Butai right now? I don't know. I'd like to hear what you say. Catch you guys on the next one.